Here is an application problem, a word problem. Let's apply what we know about quadratic equations. So first, let's read the problem and understand the problem. All right, the area of a rug, a rectangular rug, is 75 feet. The measurement of the length is 3 times the width. Find the width of the rug. Okay, so they want the width of the rug, and the rug is, what shape is it? It's rectangular. So let's move on to step 2. Let's draw a diagram. Okay, here's my rug. It's a rectangle. And I know that the area is 75. So area equals 75. And what do I know about the area of a rectangle? Well, the area of a rectangle is length times width. So the area is 75. That's all the stuff in here, 75. Okay, this is going to be my length, and this is going to be my width. So here's my length, and here's my width. Now it tells me that the length is 3 times the width. Okay, it doesn't tell me anything about the width. So you start with the thing you don't know anything about, which is the width, and I'm going to call this x. It's my unknown. I don't know anything about the width. Now the length, I don't know what it is, but I do know this. I know that it's 3 times the width, and what's the width? X. So this is 3 times x. All right, now I'm going to plug these 3 things in to my equation right here. All right, I know the area is 75. They told me that in the problem. Right, area is 75 feet. I know the length is 3x times the width, which is x. All right, step 2 is done. I have read the problem, I've drawn a diagram. Use your mathematics. Look at what we have here. This is an equation, and guess what? It's a quadratic equation, because when I put these 2 x's together, it's going to be x squared. So let's go ahead, let's use the math that we know. 3x times x is x squared, right? 75 equals 3x squared. And now this is a quadratic equation. Step 1 of a quadratic equation. Set it equal to 0. So I need to move that 75. I don't want 75. I want it to equal 0. So I subtract 75 from this side. I subtract 75 from this side. Let's see what I get. 0 equals 3x squared minus 75. And now, step 1. Does it equal 0? Yep. What do? I put a smiley face. Step 2, factor completely. Well, to factor this, first I take out the 3, and I'll be left with x squared minus 25. Then I realize that I can factor this, x squared minus 25. That's the difference of 2 squares. So let me move it up here. I'm going to say 0 equals 3 times x minus 25, x squared minus 25. 0 equals 3 times x plus 5, x minus 5, my math cousins. And the next step in solving a quadratic equation is to set every one of my factors equal to 0. So 3 equals 0. X plus 5 equals 0. X minus 5 equals 0. And now let's solve. 3 equals 0. Can 3 ever equal 0? No, it can't. I don't get any answer from that. This one, x plus 5 equals 0. How do I solve that? Subtract 5 from both sides. X equals negative 5. And let's solve this one. How do I get rid of a minus 5? Add 5 to both sides. X equals 5. So here's my possible answers. X is negative 5 and X is 5. Okay, we used our mathematics. Double check. Now let's check our answer. If I'm talking about the area of a rug, is it possible that the width of this rug, right? The width is X. Is it possible that the width is negative 5? A negative width? No, it's not. So in the real world, your width cannot be negative. That's not my answer. Is it possible that my width is 5? Sure is. All right, so I know that W equals 5. W is X, and we just found X to be 5. Now let's go back and let's read the problem. What are they asking for? Find the width of the rug. Well, guess what? I just found it. The width is 5. Okay, I'm done. But what if they were asking for the length of the rug? Let's do it. That sounds like fun. How would I find the length of the rug? Well, if the length is 3 times X, then the length is 3 times, what's X? It's 5. We just found that it was 5. What's 3 times 5? 15. So it's very possible they could ask you for the length. And then you want to make sure that it's right. Right? They're telling me the area is 75. What is 15 times 5? 75.